town for 2 more weeks. Thanks to early morning fog during rush hour, 23 cars, 4 trucks, and 1 bike were involved in a massive fender bender. Luckily, there were no serious injuries. Highway Patrol reports traffic is moving briskly again. It's 7 o'clock. Here's a recap of today's top stories. On his second day in office, President Romero fulfilled a campaign promise today. He announced the formation of a commission on human rights violations. The commission will investigate acts of torture and murder that took place between 1975 and 1980 under the military junta. Rumors swept the Capitol about who will be named to chair the controversial and powerful committee. Attorney Gerardo Escobar, the civil rights activist, and on the short list for Minister of Justice, met with the president for an hour this afternoon. The President's office has refused to comment, but informed sources said Mr. Escobar has accepted the committee chairmanship. In other news, as expected, President Romero appointed
Quite sure you won't come in?
No thanks. Home in a hot bath.
Yeah, me too. So I'm really sorry for all the trouble I put you to.
No problem.
Well, if I can't persuade you, why didn't you drop in someday? Thanks again and goodbye. Ah! You know, it's crazy. I never introduced myself. Gerardo Escobar.
Dr. Roberto Moran.
It's very nice to meet you. Now, if you're ever passing...
Escobar, the lawyer?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's me.
Power's out again.
Shit.
Did you have an accident?
Yeah, flat in this. Can you believe it? What a nightmare.
You want a towel?
Oh,
Who was that?
it's the guy who stopped to help me. Of course, I practically threw myself in front of his car, so he didn't exactly have a lot of choice. Oh, God, you made a lovely dinner. I'm sorry. I was going to be here on time. I was going to be here in plenty of time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not your fault. Stop apologizing. It's only chicken.
Why are you wet?
I was looking for you, patiently waiting for my captain to return from the sea.
It blew out about a mile past the lighthouse. Right in the middle of nowhere.
Be a good girl. How'd the meeting go?
I always forget how deserted that shore road is. I mean, seriously, if that guy hadn't come along, I'd still be stuck.
He has a house here?
Yeah, on Salt Pond. It really was very good of him. He went way out of his way to take me home. The suit is completely ruined. What a nightmare.
The phones are out, too.
Shit. I have to call a tow truck. We have no car. I mean, he drove me to a gas station, but it was closed. I really don't want to leave the car sitting out there all night when anything could happen. Thanks. You're not having any?
I ate. I was hungry. I'm sorry.
Now, you're apologizing, but you're apologizing for the wrong reasons.
Oh?
Well, when you get a flat tire, most people, well, actually all people, they go to their trunk and they get a what?
An interrogation. My favorite thing in life.
A spare tire.
Uh-huh, a spare tire.
In the pouring rain, wearing their best suit, they jack up the car and move the flat, getting dirtier and dirtier until at last, after a grueling struggle, they finally put the spare on.
This is a brilliant narrative, full of surprises. I didn't know, for example, that all people who change tires wear their best suits.
Just the classy jerks like me. So at last, now a complete physical wreck, I finally get the spare on, only to watch it sag.
You had 2 blowouts?
No, you're not listening to me. The spare was flat all along. You never fixed it.
You didn't notice the spare was flat until you'd already put it on? Well, that was dumb.
So your conclusion is that I was dumb.
No, my love. I believe we all agree, including the president, that you are a highly intelligent man, but it was dumb of you to put a flat spare on the car. Don't feel bad. Even geniuses do dumb things. So, did he ask you to head the commission?
Yeah. God, it's very hot in here, isn't it?
Congratulations. It's the peak of your career.
Well, not the peak, I hope.
I meant the first peak. You'll go from peak to peak, I'm sure.
Listen, I'm very serious about the spare. You're supposed to take care of it.
And how did he react when you turned him down?
Well, it's a very complicated situation. It's much, much more complicated than we thought. Shit. What am I going to do about the car?
Fuck the car.
Great.
Are you going to tell me what you said to the president? Did you change his mind about the rules?
Listen, why don't I tell you all about it later, okay? I really don't want to discuss it now.
Fine.
Oh, come on! Okay, let's talk.
Too late.
Nothing's been decided yet. I told the president that I had to discuss it with you.
You told our brand new president you had to ask my permission?
Of course.
So you told him about me?
Of course not. Listen, nobody knows about you.
Oh, Somebody knows about me.
But I'm not talking about them.
Don't lie. I hate that. What's the point? I know you're lying.
What am I supposed to be lying about?
Of course you said yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
God damn it. Don't apologize. You know, you think you can pay for anything with those fucking words. If you were really sorry, you would have said no. You would have said no to this whitewash. You would have said, no, Mr. President, I won't dignify this betrayal.
It's not a betrayal.
Bullshit.
We have to move very slowly. I can get the commission to accomplish a great deal.
All right, what's gonna happen to the men that you prove were on the desk squads?
The evidence will be turned over to the courts.
To the courts. Yeah. Maybe to that judge who told Maria Batista that her husband wasn't tortured to death. No, he just ran off with a younger woman.
Listen, if this is going to happen every night, I can't do this job.
Good.
And it's a job that's worth doing.
I don't exist.
So once the truth starts to come out, I can get the president to change the rules.
But you didn't change his mind. It's still only cases that ended in death.
You have to give me time. Make love to me. Let's be happy.
Happy. That's real bullshit.
We can. Just give me time. Give us time. I promise you I'll get them for you. I'll bring you justice instead of a flat tire. Let's dream of happiness, my sweet girl. My bride. My savior.
I want to. I want to help you be a brilliant and important. I want us to live like suburban idiots. I want to adopt a baby and spoil it. My beautiful boy. My beautiful, beautiful boy. There's a car. There's a car here.
What?
Wake up.
What is it? Okay, I'll go.
Don't.
It's okay. It's okay. Who is it?
It's Dr. Miranda. I've got your tire.
Oh, Christ.
What?
It's okay, it's nothing. I'm coming! It's the guy who stopped to help me with the car. It's okay, it's okay. Christ. Just a minute.
I forgot to take it out.
Of course, I'm so stupid.
I drove all the way home and I got into the shower before it hit me. Oh, I woke you.
No. I was just, Is your power out, too?
Yep. Whole peninsula for a change.
This really is very kind of you.
It's no problem.
Yeah, I have to bring it back. I could have picked it up.
How? Yeah, on your bike, you don't have a car. I couldn't call, and you needed the tire.
Listen, I'm really sorry for what I've done to your weekend.
You're gonna have to stop that. You're being nice, but it isn't necessary to keep apologizing. I'm all alone. My wife took the kids to her mother's. House is so empty, I probably wouldn't be able to sleep. Do you want to know the truth?
Yeah?
The real truth. Truth is, I'm a fan of yours. I was so stunned. When you introduced yourself, I couldn't say anything. Then on the way home, I heard the news on the radio, and I'm thrilled to meet you.
On the radio? What did you hear?
About you and the commission. You're doing the most important work there is, and I couldn't resist the temptation to come back and tell you.
What exactly did you hear on the radio?
That you're going to chair the commission. The commission
That's not
wants...
supposed to be announced.
Oh, well, I wouldn't worry. They said it was rumors. Leaks, I guess.
This is on the news?
Uh-huh. I followed your career ever since you petitioned on behalf of the missing prisoners, and... Anyway, I just want to tell you what a thrill.
A real thrill, a mud bath and a sleepless night.
No, I'm serious. With you on the commission, there's a real chance for our country.
Well, I hope we can do some good.
I'm sure you will. So you see, I'm glad to be of use. I had an ulterior motive. Sir.
Listen. This time you have to have a drink. I can't send you out on a dark and stormy night without some kind of reward.
Well, I shouldn't. It's late.
Just one drink. I'm afraid my wife's already in bed.
Oh, shit. I woke her, too.
No. She's still awake.
I have to turn my lights off.
To tell you the truth, she gets a little nervous because of the bad old days. We both used to get pretty freaked by that knock on the door in the middle of the night.
Oh, God. I should have just left the tire and gone quietly.
No, not at all. In fact, you just taught me a very valuable lesson. Please sit down. In a democracy, the midnight knock on the door can be friendly. Now, do you want a whiskey?
Yeah, teeny-weeny drop, right?
Well, more than just a drop. I'm just gonna go check on Paulina. Excuse me. Are you asleep?
I'm very tired.
What?
I'm almost asleep.
Come out and say a quick hello. He's harmless. Are you too tired? Must be from listening to the news.
What?
Never mind. I'm afraid my wife's almost asleep, but she sends her thanks and apologies.
I know, I must seem ridiculous.
Why ridiculous?
Well, I am ridiculous, especially when my wife's away. She would have told me to go to bed. Bring it in the morning. You'll wake those poor people up. You'll scare them half to death. You think Escobar's a great man, so don't give him a heart attack.
Well, I have a suspicion we all get a little lost without our wives.
So, you must be excited about the committee. Now I know who's running it, I'm very optimistic.
Yeah, I am pretty optimistic, despite the fact of my being on it.
You're modest, too. That doesn't surprise me. Don't you think this could be a real turning point?
Well, I'd say it's a step in the right direction.
I mean, even though we can't put those bastards on trial because they gave themselves amnesty, at least we can make the names public.
Oh. Well, one of the ground rules is the names are not going to be made public.
Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. In the end, the names will leak out. You'll see. Their kids will know. They'll look at them, and they'll ask, is it true you did those horrible things? And those fucks will have to face their own flesh and blood.
Maybe. It's a kind of justice.
I think it's possible. Well, likely that when people are going to get so pissed off when they hear the details of these crimes, they'll revoke this bullshit amnesty.
I really think any move in that direction is dangerous. The Army has only stepped aside. They haven't disbanded. My wife must be letting in some air.
Well, it's stuffy. The storm didn't really cool things off.
Really? Well, with all due respect, I can't agree with you. Isn't that what the death squads proved? Killing doesn't end it for either side. Still out. Now, the president says the army is very, very unhappy. They're making a lot of veiled and not so veiled threats.
God, how depressing. Maybe you're right. Maybe this idea of mine about their children learning the truth is just a fantasy.
No, you've taken my point too far. If you really want to know, the president told me, and this is between us.
Well, I won't tell. Not even my wife.
Well, especially not your wife. The president told me that in actuality there are hundreds and hundreds of people ready to make statements. Now, once this begins, with a bit of luck, the whole thing could snowball and we could end up knowing everything.
Jesus, you may be in danger.
Danger of what?
Well, you said so yourself. They're out there. They have a lot to hide, and they have the guns.
Stop! That's my car! Stop! God damn it! That's my car! Shit! I'm such an asshole. I'm yelling, stop, that's my car, to a thief. He's glad it's my car, that's the whole point.
Sorry. There's probably some kids out for a joyride.
Well, this time I really do have something to apologize for. My wife took your car.
She went for a tire.
No.
I don't understand. Where did she go?
She's pissed at me.
Jesus. Because you had a flat? I thought my wife was unreasonable.
Oh, she took money. Had some money in the house. She took it all.
Well, that's weird. And she's a woman. Why am I surprised? She coming back soon? I mean, is this a 24-hour deal or a week or what? How am I going to explain this to my wife?
This has never happened before. We fight, we have fights, but she's never... Shit. I already thought that she understood. She's left me. Fuck women.
She'll be back.
Well, this is the bad news.
Oh, come on. You love her.
I didn't think I'd feel this shitty. I thought I'd feel more relieved.
Relieved?
Careful. Let me tell you something. She has not been easy. mean, she's got a lot of reasons, but she's crazy.
They all have reasons, and they're all crazy. You know what Nietzsche said?
No.
I think it was Nietzsche. Well, I always say it was Nietzsche.
It's probably Freud. I mean, he said everything. If it's quotable, it's probably Freud.
You're very funny when you're grief-stricken.
Well, it's the only way to suffer. So, what did Nietzsche say, whoever else?
Whoever said, we can never entirely possess the female soul.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Sure you do.
Oh.
You go insane wanting them. Doesn't matter what it costs you, you pay the price, but you still don't get what you expect.
What do we expect?
Approval.
What do we get? No, don't tell me. I know. Guilt.
Guilt!
Right.
Boy, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We each get something different. Each man gets the very thing, keep him coming back for more.
Guilt. And you?
Me, I get my balls cut off.
Your balls? That's what keeps you coming back?
Sure, I want them back.
Did you hear the phone?
No, it's not working.
You sure? Should be fixed by now. I hate this. All these fucking things don't work.
Hey, come on, man. Take it easy.
I hate this house. It's like her.
Come on, man. We're both too fucked up to know what to
Alone.
think about anything anymore. Let's get some sleep.
Oh, what a disaster I've made of your life.
Not my life, just one night. I know I shouldn't really say this because you're feeling so terrible, but I'm enjoying myself. She'll be back in the morning, you'll see. Then you'll have a headache. And it won't just be the booze.
Well, at least we became friends tonight.
We sure did.
Oh, God, I'm drunk. Ugh. Let me show you the spare room and you can make you up a bed.
I'll be all right.
Sure?
Sure.
Why? What? Car. Dog. Car.
Shut up, bitch.
No. No.
Dr. Roberto Miranda. So that's your name. I've waited so long to be properly introduced. Keep still, motherfucker! You know, I thought you'd be bigger. I had a friend at school named Miranda. Anita Miranda. And they were from St. Esteban. Maybe you're related. They were a very respectable family. Many of them were doctors. Do you know Anita? Yes? No? Hmm? That's right. That was my tactic, too. Admit nothing. Well, Anita and I, we were going to be doctors. Just like you. You don't recognize me? Well, why should you? It's been forever. My hair was different then. Very light brunette. Almost red. Very long. No? I'm not surprised. What time didn't change, I have. I didn't want you to recognize me. I didn't want to recognize me. Still don't know. I'm hurt. But I was touched when I found this in your car. Let's listen to it. For old time's sake.
Lena? Lena?
Out here, my love. I didn't get my diploma when I was released. I didn't go back to school. You can guess why. Shouldn't require much imagination on your part. Look at me. Luckily, Gerardo was waiting. Well, I shouldn't say waiting exactly, but let's just say he still loved me, so I didn't have to go back. Do you know how long it's been since I listened to this quartet? If it's on the radio, I turn it off. Once I had to run out of a dinner party just to get away. It made me sick, physically sick to hear it. But it's time for me to reclaim my Schubert, my favorite composer. And to think I threw out my entire collection. Don't touch him.
What is this?
It's a miracle. He's delivered himself like a fantastic surprise Christmas present he's been left at the door.
What the fuck is going on?
It's him.
Who?
The doctor. The doctor who played Death and the Maiden.
The doctor who?
Yes, it's him.
You were blindfolded.
The voice.
His voice, that's it?
That's it.
That's it?
That's enough for me.
Polly, you're ill.
I'm not ill.
You're ill.
All right, I'm ill. But I can be ill and recognize a voice.
Jesus fucking Christ! Are you trying to kill me?
It's him. I'm telling you, it's him.
His voice. A memory of a voice doesn't prove anything.
His voice. His laugh. His favorite phrases. I would recognize him anywhere from his pet phrases. It may be a teeny-weeny thing, but that's the real truth.
Polly, this isn't funny.
No, it isn't. It isn't funny, not a bit.
He's bleeding.
Want me to clean you up, doctor? My angel of mercy. She can take more. Give the bitch another 5 volts. Her sweet cunt is still wet.
Polly, this is about me. You're angry with me.
About you. I knew you were vain, Gerardo.
Don't you see? You're angry with me because you feel that I ignored your feelings because I said yes to the commission.
I know his smell. Yep. Remember that? Remember? You like my love bites. You told me so. You hungry bitch. You want some meat? I'll give you some meat. Huh? I'll give you a big, fat sausage.
Christ, Paulina.
That's how your new buddy talked to me.
All right, this has got to stop. Even if he is guilty, you can't torture him like this.
Torture? Head of the President's Commission, you call this torture? You know so little about your subject.
Paulina, give me the gun.
As you would say, I'm sorry.
The more you're holding the gun, we have nothing to discuss.
On the contrary, the minute I give up the gun, all discussion will end.
Paulina, please.
It's Stop saying my name as if I'm a child.
Because you're behaving like a child, as if there are no consequences. Listen, what you're doing will destroy any hope of exposing the real criminals.
He is the real criminal.
Listen to me. I beg you to listen to
I'm
me.
in no hurry. I'm listening.
What revolted me most about the old regime
You could
was...
call them fascists. I won't tell the press.
Just let me finish. What revolted me most about the old regime was the fact that they ignored the evidence and they never allowed the accused a chance to defend himself. Now, no matter how sure you are, no matter how terrible the accusations, he has the right to defend himself.
But I have no intention of denying him that right, Gerardo. I'm going to give him the chance to defend himself.
What are you talking about? He's tied to a chair.
But just look who I've gotten to be his attorney. One of the most talented in the nation.
This is crap.
A future minister of justice, no less. If only I had been that well represented. Don't you agree, Gerardo Escobar, Esquire? He has a better chance to defend himself than I do. Go ahead. Take off his gag. Consult your client. Prepare his defense.
It's okay, I'll handle it.
Move away.
Just let me untie his hands.
Move away or I'll kill him. Get him some water, Gerardo. There's a mic built into this. At least that's what the man in the store told me. I want everything on the record, scrupulously recorded. Little did I know how handy this would be. Nothing like cold water, huh, Doctor? Beats drinking your piss.
You have to stop her.
Move away from him.
This is unforgivable.
Hold it. Everyone be quiet. Move away from him.
This is unforgivable.
Hold it. It's working. We already have a statement from the good doctor. He tells us that tying a person up and preventing him from speaking for 10 minutes is unforgivable. You know what, Doctor? I agree. It is unforgivable. Please, proceed with your statement.
I don't know you. I've never seen you before in my life. I don't know what it is you think I've done. Obviously, she's insane. She's not responsible for what she does, but you're a lawyer. If you don't stop this right now, you're an accomplice. You're going to have to pay the price. Go.
You threatening?
I'm not.
Yes, you were. Let me make this clear. The time for people like you making threats is over. Huh? Out there, maybe you bastards are still running things behind the scenes, but in here, I'm in charge. Understand? Me. Is that clear?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it as a threat. It's okay. He's not resisting. Hear him out.
Quick, get it! Get the gun! Get the gun! Didn't do anything. He just stood there.
Of course he just stood there. He's the law.
My God. This is some kind of game. You're part of it.
Paulina, I beg of you.
Tie his legs.
He's okay like that.
Tie his legs and do a good job. Use the green rope.
don't know who she is. I don't even know what she thinks I've done.
You want to hear the charges? I accuse Dr. Roberto Miranda of overseeing and approving systematic beatings and the use of electric shock on Paulina Lorca.
What?
I wasn't married then, although Gerardo recruited me into the student resistance. He was my fearless leader, but you never knew that. If I'd given you his name, he wouldn't be the head of an investigating committee. Some other lawyer would be investigating his death. And in addition, I accused Dr. Miranda of raping Paulina Lorca on 14 separate occasions, each time playing Schubert's Death and the Maiden on a wobbly turntable over cheap speakers.
Raped? You never told me you were raped.
I was. Of course I was.
This is crazy. I had nothing to do with any beatings or tortures.
Holly, we have to talk. Oh.
When was this? When was I supposed to have done this?
In 1977?
I wasn't even in the country. I was in residency in Barcelona for 3 years, 1975 to 78. Check with them.
Sure, I'll write them a letter.
Or on a phone, make a call, get the number from...
Very convenient. Why don't we just drive to the police station and ask them to call for us? Oh, Christ. We can't drive either. We have no car. Our car had a flat, and your car, Dr. Miranda, has also had an accident. Went right through the guardrail and down the cliff. About 1 kilometer from here. I don't think you could have survived such a crash. Do you? You're an expert on how much punishment the body can take before death is the result. Huh? That's what they called you in for, wasn't it, Doctor?
This is insane. It's supposed to be a trial? You're willing to be an accomplice to kidnapping and murder, too. That's also okay with you?
Holly, I have to talk to you.
For God's sake, go ahead, talk.
Privately.
In your chambers. All right, on the deck. Sad and beautiful man Schubert must have been. Only 31 when he died.
Paulina.
Did you know he was homosexual? Oh, of course you did. You're the one who told me. He was a faggot, but you don't like faggots. You like a real man's cock.
I'm a gentleman. I would never say anything like that in front of a lady.
Paulina.
Enjoy it. It won't be long.
Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you ask? You knew. You're an expert, Gerardo. You've listened to hundreds of hours of testimony. They did it to all of us.
Told me everything else the doctor did. You told me how he used to supervise the torture. You told me how he used to...
I told you nothing.
Nothing?
Actually, very little. Almost nothing.
All these years? All these years because you took it for granted that I knew? How could you assume that?
There's a difference between knowing the facts and hearing the details. If I told you, he'd always be between us. I would never be alone.
I understand. I understand.
Remember how young we were? I miss us, Gerard.
Somewhere here, Paulie, we're still here. Look, I understand what you feel, but even if he is guilty...
Even if?
Do you realize what you've done?
Yes, darling, absolutely.
This is kidnapping. This is assault. We're gonna go to jail for 20 years. And think what that'll do to the movement. This is exactly the kind of excuse the authorities are always looking for.
We've given enough to the movement. I've given enough.
If you thought that you recognized him...
Thought?
Why didn't you tell me?
You wouldn't have believed me. Even now, you don't believe me.
Doesn't matter whether I believe you or
It
not.
matters to me. It matters to me more than anything.
Doesn't matter because you have no proof. That's the only thing that matters. I mean, what are you gonna do with him?
I told you, put him on trial.
This isn't a trial. It's terrorism.
Do you love me, Gerardo?
We're supposed to be different. We can't use their methods and then claim to be
I'm
different.
giving him all the guarantees he never gave me. He has a lawyer. I'll listen to his defense.
That's bullshit. This is a kangaroo court, and you've already convicted him, and the only evidence you have is your own testimony. If you want the real truth...
The real truth.
You are not a reliable witness.
Because I'm crazy.
Trust me, any court in the land would tear you to pieces. Isn't it true that 5 years ago in the Tavelli Cafe you heard the voice of a man who you recognized as the...
Reminded me I never said it was him.
Isn't it a fact that you panicked on a bus last summer when a man touched your shoulder?
Stop it! You can be cold, Gerardo.
No, I'm being truthful. Isn't that what you wanted? Come on, this is too serious for me to spare your feelings. You're not gonna kill this man.
Kill him? You honestly think I'm gonna kill him?
Why did you crash his car?
I didn't crash his car. It's parked by the side of the road. I made that up so he'd think I mean business. I'm not the secret police, Gerardo. I have to create the illusion of threat or he won't take the trial seriously.
Jesus, Paulie, what are you trying to do to me?
Oh, my baby, my poor gentle baby. Don't you know I'd never do anything to hurt you? Or the commission. I don't want to stop you from finding the bodies of the missing or getting the crimes on record. I love you. You're my life. But you're only going to investigate the cases of those who are dead, who can't speak. I can talk now. I'm free for the first time since I was buried alone with this terror. Until I got him, Gerardo, and he's the one I wanted, the worst of them. The others were just thugs. I expected them, but he was a doctor, supposedly there to make sure they didn't kill me. He talked about science and philosophy. He liked to quote Nietzsche.
Nietzsche?
Yeah, I think it was Nietzsche. He was so friendly, so thoughtful. Came in after a horrible session. He gave me a shot. To soothe me, he said, and to soothe me even more, to ease my suffering, he said he would play music. I want to tell you. Do you really want me to? Because I can.
Yes.
You really think you can stand it? Well, I told you I was blindfolded. They had me tied to a table, face up. Except when they decided to put me face down in a bucket of my own shit. But this day, the first day the doctor came, they were being kind. He had all these wires, you know, electrodes all over me, and the metal rod like a penis inside me. When they shock you, first it burns, and then your body jumps. And it hurts where you're tied. I was trying to scream more where it hurt less. A little trick, but it didn't work. The doctor came in. I told him I'd had enough. He sent them away. He gave me a shot. I felt warm. The pain was gone. I didn't think it could go, but it was like magic. He cleaned me up. He put something on my wounds. He told me I was safe and that he would play Death in the Maiden. Did I like Schubert? Oh, yes, I said, I love his music. I thanked him. I thanked him and thanked him. And we listened together like a couple. People who care about each other. And for the first few minutes, he didn't do anything. Then I heard him moving around. It sounded like his belt dragging on the floor. I heard the change in his pockets jangling. I heard the whisper of his clothes coming off. And suddenly he was on top of me, slobbering sick ideas. He pushed himself in. God, it hurt. Like fire. I screamed as hard as when they shocked me, but he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. I love you.
Let me hold you, Pauline.
I don't trust you. Understand, I can't.
I'm sorry. I know you hate me saying it, but I am sorry.
And after he'd finished, he turned the music off and said goodbye. With one of his pet phrases. No bones broken, right, baby? I know it's him. I'm positive.
What do you want?
Well, my first thought was that I wanted to rape him. That's what I thought, that he should know what it's like. But a woman can't rape, so I thought it would be something that you would have to do.
Polly,
I
please.
know. It would be difficult for you. After all, you need a certain amount of enthusiasm.
Stop it.
So then I wondered maybe I should use a broom, you know, a broomstick.
That's enough.
I know it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because no revenge can satisfy me. That's what they're about. Crude power and control. Look, I don't want to fuck him. I don't want him dead. I want him to talk to me. I want him to confess.
To confess.
Yes, I want to get him on videotape, confessing to everything he did, not just to me, to all of us.
And after he's confessed, you let him go?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
You have to. You have no choice. If he repents, I will let him go. And you and your commission will be safe. With a taped confession, he won't dare send thugs or go to the police. He'll know the video will be all over TV the next day. And I'll let him live. As you say about our sad country, Gerardo, I will let the past become the past.
We'll put this behind us and get on with our lives.
Yes, we'll have to. We'll have to live with him.
What if he refuses?
Tell him if he refuses, then he's dead.
Is that a real threat?
Yes.
Oh, Polly, what happened to you can't be condoned in any way.
You have to do this, Gerardo. You have to convince him. There's no other way.
What if by some incredible miracle this is just some crazy coincidence? What if he's innocent?
If he's innocent, then he's really fucked.
Will you please turn that off?
I want you to know that I'm not allowed to come near you. She's got the gun on both of us.
Don't kid yourself. You're an accomplice.
You can end it.
This is a charade. You're playing good cop, bad cop.
I'm as much a victim of this as you are.
Not from where I sit.
Dr. Miranda, are
Oh, what happened to Roberto? We're not friends anymore?
you aware the secret police use doctors as consultants in their torture sessions?
Everybody knows. The Medical Association denounced it. I signed their petition.
And you weren't asked to participate?
I told you. It wasn't even in the country. It's hopeless.
If you don't want to die, you'll confess.
What?
She's promised. If you confess and show remorse, she'll let you go.
My God. You're no different from them. Threatening to kill me if I don't confess. And you're supposed to be a Democrat. A lawyer. A man who believes in justice. What's she got on you? What's her power over you?
It's not power.
What is it?
Gratitude and love. She saved my life, okay?
What's this all about? Why was she tortured? What did they...
You know why.
I don't. I don't understand anything. What's that in my eyes? Blood? Is that blood?
Yeah. Wait. Leslie's bleeding. I want to wipe it off. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
on. Tell me. What's this about?
You remember one of the underground newspapers, Liberation?
Sure. Thanks.
Really? I thought you said you were in Barcelona in 1977.
Everybody knew about those papers. Come on. I don't know whether one of them was called Liberation. I just remember people talking about protest papers later when I...
It's okay, it's okay. It doesn't prove anything anyway. It's okay, it doesn't matter. There were 7 illegal broadsides. I was the editor of the student paper Liberation. We protected ourselves, no one knew each other. Paulina used to go to the blind drops each week and bring me the articles by our anonymous contributors. Now, she was the only one who knew my identity, which is what they wanted now. If she'd given them my name... But you know all this, you're playing games.
I'm not. I admire you. I admire her. I'm on your side. I respect what she's been through. Please, can't you check on me? Isn't there a way?
No. She wants a confession.
Confession? How? How can I confess to something I haven't done?
Well, you're gonna have to make it up then, because it's the only way she's gonna pardon you.
She's got nothing to pardon me for. I've done nothing. There's nothing to confess. Don't you understand? Christ! It's not her. It's you. You're too fucking civilized to admit it's you. You think I'm guilty? You want revenge.
Yeah. I think you're guilty. She recognizes your voice, your smell, all those peculiar little phrases of yours. She remembered that you like to quote Nietzsche. Then there's this.
God's sakes. I've got dozens of tapes in my car. I'm sure I'm not the only man on earth who quotes Nietzsche or my smell. It's ridiculous. She's making it up. She's paranoid. She's delusional. You said so yourself. She's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy, but so is the whole country.
I have to take a pee.
What?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Listen, I'm not sure about anything right now. I really don't know what I think, but I tell you something. I do know that she's serious.
All I said was I have to go to the bathroom.
There's no tricks, you understand?
You want me to pee in my pants?
He wants to go to the bathroom. Can I untie his hands?
Number 1 or number 2, Doctor?
Christ.
Well, do you have to go wee-wee, or is there something more substantial in you?
Forget it.
A trick. That's what I thought.
It's not a trick. God damn it, I have to pee, you cunt.
Oh, that's the Dr. Miranda I know so well. All right. I believe you do have to pee. Untie his legs. Do it. Untie them and step away from him. Don't move a muscle till I tell you to.
Make this seem more grotesque than it already is.
Gerardo, shut up. Take this. Walk ahead of us to show the way. Guest bathroom, I think, for our guest. Get up slowly and move slowly. If you make any sudden movements, the gun might go off even if I don't mean it to.
I can't. Not like this.
Yes, it's very difficult, isn't it? To live without privacy or pride. You'll get used to it.
Paulina.
Quiet, Gerardo. Well, I guess we have to try again later. It isn't hard to humiliate or be humiliated, is it, Doctor, huh? Not that difficult to lord power over people. It's no great achievement. All done? Guess I better wash my hands.
Don't shoot!
Don't fucking move! Get the phone.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Escobar.
Yeah.
Pablo Millar, the President's Executive Secretary. We've been trying to reach you for hours.
Yeah, we've had a storm. All the electricity and phones have been out.
That's what we were told. Could you hold for the President, please?
Sorry, the president? Yes, of course I will.
Told you not to move.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Don't make a sound.
I won't, I swear. Be careful, please.
Shut up.
Gerardo,
Yes, sir.
sorry to wake you.
That's quite all right, sir.
There's been a leak about your appointment.
So I heard it was on the news.
And as usual, I don't want you to think this is out of the ordinary. There have been death threats.
So what, death threats to you, sir?
I'm afraid death threats against me are a daily, even boring occurrence. I mean, death threats against you. So just as a precaution, we're sending a couple of men to your beach house. I'm told there's been a storm on the peninsula.
Yeah, everything's still out. I mean, the lights are still out, so probably the road's impassable. So maybe it would be a
They'll
better
get
idea.
through, but they won't reach your house until about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Listen, this really isn't necessary, sir. I mean, I'm quite safe here. Or why didn't you send your men to my apartment in the city? I'm going to be there on Sunday night.
I'd stop them if I wanted to, but I don't.
Who was it?
I have to talk to you.
Don't move.
The president's sending men, cops here to protect me.
Why?
It's a precaution. It doesn't matter why. The point is they're going to be here by 6. That means we've only got...
Shit. You better hurry.
Plane, that's less than 4 hours. They may even get here sooner. We don't have time to get this confession.
Fine. We'll kill him right away.
You're gonna kill him?
Everything's taken care of. We push him off the cliff onto the wrecked car. It'll look like an accident.
You're not serious.
It'll look like he lost control in the rain. We push him off the cliff. Maybe he'll hit the rocks.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we do it where I wrecked the car. We push him off.
His car, you told me you didn't do anything to his car.
I had to say that. Look, it's easy.
I don't understand why you lied to me.
Listen, I don't have time for all this crap. It's simple. We push him.
Hey, push him.
Yeah, push him.
With his hands tied.
We climb down, untie his hands, put him in the water, or maybe in the car. I don't know. What do you think is better? I mean, in the water, he'll bang around.
Are you crazy?
Well, you know me.
You're gonna climb down, you're gonna move his corpse.
Yeah, the tide will take his body. No one will find him for
They're
weeks.
still gonna know it was murder. What am I talking about? I'm not gonna do this. You promised me that you wouldn't kill him. You said the only thing that you wanted was a confession.
You don't want to push him off the cliff?
Of course not. It's murder. It's premeditated murder. I won't do it.
If you won't, you better get the confession quick.
Why don't you use the phone? It's working now, right?
In the middle of the night?
Barcelona, it's daytime there.
Say what?
Ask for the administration office for Lino Galvan, the deputy secretary.
Wasting time.
She knows me.
You're wasting time.
She'll tell you I was in residency in 77.
It's not gonna make any difference.
I was there. I was there when your wife was under arrest.
Arrest, that's a good euphemism.
I couldn't have had anything to do with it. Please just make the call.
It's not gonna convince her.
She's mad. She needs therapy.
You are her therapy.
You're telling me that if I confess, she'll forgive me and let me go.
Forgive you, no. Let you go, yes. If your confession convinces her and she truly believes that you're remorseful.
I don't think my hands are getting any circulation. Can you loosen them, please?
That's it. I'm gonna count to 5, and I'm telling her there's nothing more I can do to save you. Okay? 1,
You're scared your career
2.
will be destroyed if I get out alive.
You confess, I have nothing to worry about. 3,
Stop counting. I can count. Let me guess. 4 is next, right? It's stupid.
4.
All right. All right. What do I have to confess to?
Don't start.
But I don't know what to say.
Just imagine it.
But I don't know what she expects. If I make it up and it's wrong, she may kill me anyway.
I know a few things. Maybe I can help you.
Why don't you ask her
Ask her what?
what she wants in the confession? I'll write down exactly what she wants, okay?
No. No, she wants it to be genuine.
How can it be genuine? I'm innocent.
I don't see why you need to hear everything from me to get him to confess.
I want to be your lawyer, Paulie, not his. I need the facts.
I don't want you to be my lawyer. I want you to be my husband.
Well, I'm trying to be, but you're never satisfied.
Poor Gerardo.
Oh, poor Gerardo. There's never any pity for me. I'm always in the wrong, and I'm sick of it. I want us to have a life. I want us to get through this and get on with our lives. Is that so wrong?
I wanted to tell you the day I was released. Even though I was a mess, even though I was in pain, I ran to see you.
Let's start with the day of your arrest.
Did you love her?
Christ, we don't have time for this. They're coming. We haven't got time for this. I have to interrogate him. He'll have to write a confession. We have to tape it.
Did you love her?
You forgave me. How many more times can we go over this?
I never asked if you loved her before, just if you fucked her. That was stupid. You were in bed together. What did I think you were doing?
I'm gonna die from so much past. There's too much pain, Paulie. We have to deal with this man. He is the monster.
How many times did you fuck her? I never asked you that either.
Give me the gun. I'll kill him. I'll blow his fucking brains out. Is that what you want? Is that gonna make up for it? Is that gonna make up for it?
No. I just want the truth. For once, no evasion, no tact. Is that the first night she'd spent with you?
No.
So how many times did you fuck her?
I really thought that. I didn't know you were alive, Paulie.
That's an excuse, damn it. I want the truth.
You've been gone for 2 months. Are you gonna shoot me now? That's your new way of having a conversation? Been lovers for a month. I don't know how many times we had sex.
Were you in love with her?
You want the real truth?
Yes. Tonight I want the truth.
I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't really remember anything about how I felt since that night. You came back, beat up and crazy. You were half dead. Taken punishment 1,000 times worse than anything I could have taken, and you did it to save my life. How do you think that makes me feel? I would have given them your name to save my skin. You would have broken me on the first day. So you see, I don't really remember anything about how I felt since that night you came back. But I love you. I love you. It's been the logic of my life, and I have a feeling it's going to destroy me.
It was about 2 in the afternoon. I'd made the pickup on the corner of Huérfanos, the bookstore. I heard them get out of a car behind me. There were 2 of them. And one came up and took my arm and said, "Hey, girlie, you're having a busy day." And the other one put a gun in my ribs and said, "Let's go away for the weekend." I smelled garlic on his breath. It's weird. I wondered what he'd eat. I didn't resist. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, I get so angry, I want to hit myself. The street was crowded with students. Maybe they would have fought for me. But I didn't cry out. You were supposed to. You told me. If they come for you, yell your name, I am Paulina Lorca, and they're kidnapping me. This is an illegal arrest.
I was a fool. They would have shot you.
They probably would have. That was the problem. You see, I wanted to live. I wanted to see the future. I wanted to be there to enjoy my happy ending. I wanted to live for that glorious day when I would once again rejoin the man I love and live in a free country.
You don't have to describe the room. She never saw it. She was tied to a table, a wooden table.
Was it long enough for her whole body?
I don't know, for Christ's sake. Whatever I don't know, just leave out. She was tied with ropes.
Ropes?
That's right. They beat her with iron rods on her back and thighs. They burned her breasts with cigars.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They put a rod, a metal rod in.
Go on. I took part in 94 interrogations. They told me the prisoners were dying. They needed someone they could trust to care for them.
Why did they want to keep us alive?
What are you doing? He's supposed to be making a statement.
I want the truth. That's all I want.
Just wait. Okay.
I believe they had a right to medical attention, and at first that's all I did. I tended to their wounds, I checked on their health, but after a week they said they needed my help in supervising interrogations.
Who was they? Who needed your help?
It's not gonna work. This is not gonna work.
It's like I thought we agreed that he was only going to talk about what he did.
I didn't agree.
We haven't got time. We haven't got time.
All right, go on.
Just wait.
I tried to protect the prisoners from the worst tortures, to prevent permanent damage and lessen the chance of death from shock and sudden heart failure. I made sure that a sufficient amount of food and water was given so there would be no further deaths from starvation.
This isn't a confession, it's a fucking testimonial.
It sounds exactly like the confession of a torturer. I mean, you really expect them to face the truth about themselves?
Tell about me. About me.
Wait. Okay.
After 3 weeks, the daily 16-hour sessions began to rub off on me. I tended to be impressionable, to be influenced by my surroundings and the people around me. I lost my sense of my own identity and my own moral code.
You liked it. Tell the truth.
Jesus.
Give him a chance.
All right, go on. Get to it.
When I first...
Wait. Okay.
When I first saw Paulina Lorca, she was in very poor condition. She had had no food or water for 3 days. She was tied by ropes to a wooden table. She had been severely beaten on her back and thighs. She had burns on her breasts. She had also been subjected to electric shocks on her torso and genitals. I convinced them that she would die if the torture and starvation continued. I asked them to leave me alone with her so I could gain her trust. I had tried this successfully with a number of other prisoners. I tended to their physical pain. I tended to their physical pain. I played music to soothe their minds. Paulina Lorca was a very beautiful woman.
That's why you raped me? Because I was beautiful? It's my fault, right? You left the ugly ones alone.
You stop interrupting.
You don't understand. I have obeyed women, honored women all my life.
Enough bullshit! You're gonna die, Doctor. I let your lawyer convince me to spare you if you made an honest confession, but you're playing games. You're slipping errors into this. You're deliberately making mistakes in order to look innocent.
He gave me all the details. They came from you.
I never told him I was tied with ropes. You're lying. This is worthless.
You're right, it was wires. They tied you with wires.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Wires, it was wires.
What did you tell him, Gerardo?
I didn't tell him anything.
I know you prepared him. I knew you were going to, so I lied to you. What did you tell him?
Ropes.
Understand? You didn't tell him. So how did he know it was really wires? Because it was wires. You see, I'm not crazy! Get the gun! Get the gun!
Don't move! I don't want to shoot. Back off! Get that light out of my eyes! I don't want to hurt anyone. I'm not a killer. I don't want trouble. Up! Up! I just want out. Back off! To the window! The window! We'll go to the door, and then I'll leave. You won't get hurt.
No, you wouldn't hurt a fly.
Listen! I just want to get out of here. You can keep your idiotic confession and your ridiculous tape. You watch it every night. Make great therapy. And if I see you on the beach, you'll forgive me if I don't smile. I don't care what games you play in this fucking madhouse. I just want out.
Gerardo, get up. Hurry.
What do we do?
Take him to his car. The confession game is over. I believe I was the winner.
What are you doing?
Be quiet. Ooh. That's it. We're taking him.
You've got your confession. You've got what you wanted. What? Let's figure out tonight if it happened.
What I want. It's phony.
Of course it's phony. It's phony because he had to invent it. He's innocent, for Christ's sake. He didn't even want the tape.
He didn't want it because it's absurd. It looks staged. A man with a bandage talking like a robot. Get up.
Oh, what?
Get me that dish towel.
Miss Polly, wait. I have to think.
You think. I'm going.
What are you doing? Let me make this call. Let me call Barcelona. We've got time. It'll only take a couple of minutes.
You won't give up being a lawyer.
Polly, please.
Is that what you need to do it?
Yeah.
What time is it?
10 after 5.
"5 minutes. It's all the mercy we can spare."
Lady Sorrows.
Personnel office, please.
Not personnel.
Shut up.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
There's no personnel office. You want administration. I'll transfer you.
Who do I want?
Deputy Administrator's office. Ask if Elena Galvan is there.
Hello, is that administration?
Not again. No, this is the cafeteria.
Oh, shit, they just cut me off.
This is bullshit. We have to do it now.
Let me try again, okay?
He isn't finished.
Just let me try again.
Wait, I beg you!
Of all people should know how useless begging is.
Wait. Come on, let me check. I'm almost through.
You've got to stop, or you have my confession.
You told me you made it up.
Yes, I made it up, but now you have the tape. I'll keep quiet.
You can't decide which lie to stick to.
Either you were there in April '77 or you weren't. Which is it?
Tell me, what can I say? What do you want me to say? If I'm guilty, you'll kill me. If I'm innocent, you'll kill me. If I'm innocent, you're screwed. If I'm guilty, you'll kill me for revenge.
Justice, not revenge.
It's not justice. You're not dead.
No, I wasn't that lucky.
Our Lady of Sorrows.
Yeah, you just tried to transfer me to the administration office and you connected me to the cafeteria instead.
You want the cafeteria?
No, I want the administration office. I'm calling long distance.
What extension do you want?
I don't know what the extension number is. I just want the administration office.
Who do you want in administration?
I want to speak to somebody called... I want to speak to somebody called Elena Galvan. No, the person I want to speak to is the deputy administrator.
Hold on, please.
Thank you.
Administration.
Yeah. I have an application for employment from a doctor who said he did his residency with you from 1975 to 1978, and I was wondering if you could confirm that.
You'll need to send us a letter. The records office will confirm it.
No. I don't want your records there. I just want a routine confirmation that he did his residency at your hospital.
You can fax the records office. The fax number is
No.
3435.
No. Is there somebody there called Elena Galvan?
Elena Galvan? Yes, I'm Elena Galvan.
Do you remember a doctor named Miranda?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, Dr. Roberto Miranda.
Was he there in April 1977?
Yes, in 77.
Thank you.
Paulina! Paulina! Paulina!
It's true, Paulie. I just spoke with Elena Galvan. He was there, just like he said. She remembers him.
Thank God. Thank God.
You had it ready, didn't you? You had it all set up. Gerardo? Is it the truth? Is it the truth, Gerardo? You told me yourself the Army's been preparing alibis. You said some of them have fake visas. So this one has a crony at the hospital who conveniently remembers, 15 years later, where he was the very month he was raping me. This is it. We're gonna end it here. Look at me. Isn't it bright enough to see me? Don't you know me? Didn't you tell me your ugly thoughts? Didn't you tell me your secrets?
Yes.
Didn't you rape me? Didn't you put your cock in me?
Yes.
How many times?
Many times. I raped you many times. 14 times.
You played music.
Yes, I played music. I wanted to soothe you. I was good at first. It took weeks. I was strong. I fought it so hard. No one fought as hard as I did. I was the last one. The last one to have a taste. No one died, I swear. I saved many. And I made it easier on them. That's how it started. That's how I got into it.
They needed doctors. My brother was in the secret police, he told me. They needed someone to make sure nobody died. I washed you. You soiled yourself. You told me I'm dirty and I washed you clean. The others egged me on. Come on, doctor, you're not going to refuse free meat, are you? I couldn't think straight. And inside, I could feel I was starting to like it. They lay the people out, flesh on the table, in the fluorescent light. You didn't know. It was bright in those rooms. People lying totally helpless. And I didn't have to be nice. I didn't have to seduce them. I realized I didn't even have to take care of them. I had all the power. I could break anyone. I could make them do or say whatever I wanted. I was lost. I got curious. Morbid curiosity. How much can this woman take? What's gonna happen to her vagina? Does it dry up when you shock her? Can she have an orgasm afterwards? I like being naked. I would undress slowly. I would let my pants fall so you could hear what I was doing. I liked you knowing what I was going to do. I was naked in the bright light, and you couldn't see me. You couldn't tell me what to do. I owned you. I owned all of them. I fell in love with it. I could hurt you or I could fuck you. And you couldn't tell me not to. You had to thank me. I loved it. I was sorry it ended. I was very sorry it ended.
I can't do it, Paulie. I just can't.